Well, it's not the traditional Mustang content, but this is what I got for you guys for Mustangs this week. This is my buddy Ginny, and we got another one back behind, Blondie, and of course, Jack the Donkey. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Notorious Auto Sports. On this week's episode, I want to talk a little bit again about projects. So we're varying or kind of straying a little bit away from the DIY projects, but still the passion projects. So the automotive, in my case here, and I've got my daily driver here, and we got a couple more goodies in the background there and over here. And these are cars that actually, well, that's my brother's old car, and this one we picked up a number of years ago. My dad and I, with the intent of doing a 4 to 6 cylinder swap. It had some other parts. The paint looked pretty good on it. It had Bilstein coilovers on it, nice stainless exhaust, and a couple other goodies. Good price on the car. So I had a 6 cylinder out of another car that we had bought and parted out. It was going to be a project, never got to it. So I ended up actually stripping this car some, and it's going to its final resting place. I did that both this weekend and the white car as well. So working away on it, kind of at the leisurely pace because it's rather hot and humid out this past weekend. Give me some time to think. And I know this might be beneficial for you guys, but it was also beneficial for myself. So these cars, very well could have been saved at some point, but they've sat long enough that it's no longer worth it. And the big thing with projects is if you let them sit, they will become a lack of interest, and then they will get to the point where they are no longer worth salvaging, and you just throw them away. A lot of those times there could be money lost, there could be time lost, whatever case it might be. But just putting into perspective this weekend for myself, that there's some of those other projects that have been lingering around. My my old ACS E36 M3 swapped, lots and lots of time and money gone into that car over the years, and it's been sitting for a while. And working away on these things and seeing how they've gone downhill, it kind of motivated me to want to work on that some more. And also, as I said in the last episode, or a couple episodes ago, you guys have seen I want to get back onto Project Zero. So just kind of motivated me to get back into that too. I've been wanting to for a bit, but trying to get stuff like this, which has been lingering, out of the way so that I do have more time to work on Project Zero. Scrap value is up right now, so it made a lot of sense to go out, get rid of these things, free up some space. I've been lucky enough to have my one of my other storage spots here. Keep these cars. They've been hanging around for too long now, so got rid of them. Stuff like this gets pretty tough though. I'll show you. This is one of those instances where letting it sit does not do it well. So I can't really remember about the dent in the door. This was my brother's car. Infamous and I actually went and picked it up, oh goodness, 10 years ago, towards Toronto region. Brought it back home, fixed a couple things on it, sold it to my brother. He drove it for a couple years, had a Rieger body kit on it. I actually sold him a set of my 18-inch wheels. Looked really good, car looked awesome, sounded great, had a full stainless exhaust. I can't even remember why it got parked. The drive shaft geeble, or flex disc, if you will, it started disintegrating, so there was some pretty nasty vibrations. I can't remember if there was some rust on the other fender that was getting a little tough. It might just not have been worth saving, but we've got stuff like this where it's been sitting so long that, well, the rocker is now completely open and gone, and probably a bunch of the floor as well, so not worth saving anymore. Take a couple good parts off of that and send it on. But something like that that's sat for so long, you lose motivation to try and save it. If you were, that one, well, it never really made sense. So but just using that as an example, that your Fox Body projects or your other car projects or anything that's a passion of yours, especially, I would say take my advice, and I'm going to try and take my advice too, to keep going with those things, keep up on them. You can't always dedicate your whole life to that. You can't go out every night and work on it, but even if you go out there one night a week or 2 nights a week, go out and work on that, spend a couple hours, just make a little bit of progress, and it will feel good. It'll keep you motivated. If there's a really hard task that's going to take a lot of time, maybe dig in, get on that for a bit, and then take a break and get to an easy win after that. Go for something that you can finish off on your project, start to finish, and at least feel like you're making progress. Then go back to that hard part. And I found that works very well for Project Zero. I've got a lot of the time into the sheet metal fab, and then it gets monotonous after a while. It's a lot of hard work. I know once that gets done, then I can bolt suspension on. I'll really feel like I'm making rapid progress. But there's times where I'll go out and get some sort of a sub-assembly that I know I'm going to have to work on at some point. Get something cleaned up and just moving again, or working, functioning again, even if you don't do the finished paint or whatever on it. But just kind of go and make it feel like you're making some progress, and then go back to that hard task of sheet metal in my case. So that's what I'm going to have to work on here over the next couple weeks. But these things are good to go out of my life, and I can move on. And I got another little DIY project that might have to come up, because the beginning of my weekend here, I left work, went to the bank to go get some money to pick up Mustang parts, actually. And oh, that happened. I got hit in the bank parking lot while stationary, punched in the bumper, knocked in the grill, bent the hood. So just waiting on process with that with the insurance, and then we'll see. I might end up, instead of taking it to a body shop, might do a little DIY myself, do some paint work there, depending on my timeline, or I might get some panels and have them painted and put them on myself. But looking to change that up a little bit. I could just put it back the same way it looked, but that's not very fun. So we'll switch it up a little bit, maybe have some goodies, a little bit of a facelift there, and hopefully that's coming up within the next couple weeks. Just trying to get that sorted out, as it did just happen 4 nights ago. So I hope you guys are having an awesome week, staying motivated on those projects. Hope this inspires you, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. You guys have an awesome evening, and I'll catch you next time.